Hello and welcome back to part 2 of my original semen retention video. And if you guys haven't watched that one yet, I recommend you go back, watch that one, and come back here too, so you can get that sense of continuity, you know what I mean? So, benefit number 5, attraction. Now this is probably one of the most popular benefits in the semen retention community, which is the increased women attraction, increased sexual attraction from women. And yes, this is absolutely true. There's hundreds of videos and testimonials, and I could speak for myself as well. You definitely get more attention and attraction from women in a sexual way. But not only do you get that, but you also get increased attraction from both men and women in a friendly way. And, they'll just be more open to see you as someone they would want to be friends with. And there's this one guy who said it beautifully. I forget who it was, but what he said was, they're not necessarily attracted to you. I'm talking about for the men and women in a friendly way. They're not attracted to you in a sexual way, right? But they're attracted to you the same way that you would be attracted to the night sky, or a beautiful waterfall, or a mountain, or a volcano, or this amazing landscape, or a lightning bolt, something like that, you know what I mean? They kind of look at you in that awe kind of way. You just have that aura around you, that special attitude, So the next benefit is that your skin begins to look amazing. You begin to develop a glow around you. This is another very popular and highly talked about benefit in the semen retention community. People will tell you they had, bad skin, bad acne, and then they start retaining for a while, get a good streak going, and their skin begins to brighten up. And that's really because, as we'll talk about in the next slide too, your semen is full of vital nutrients, and it gets reabsorbed back in the body after some time. And that reabsorption of all the best nutrients are there in your semen. And that gets reabsorbed back into you, going into perfect skin cells, brain cells, and a perfect body. And that's why people begin to, really look better when they retain. Another one is your eyes shine. Now, why do your eyes shine? Because the semen is a man's light, a man's solar essence. And when he retains that begins to reflect in his whole being. That's another reason why you develop a glow and why your eyes begin to shine. Now you're shining that light from within instead of having released it all, And it's true, your eyes definitely shine. You become magnetic and charismatic. That sexual energy is that magnetic, creative energy that attracts. And when you hold it in, you become magnetic and charismatic. And we'll get into more of why you actually become magnetic and charismatic in the next video, in the next slides, in one of the next slides, not the next one, but the later one. All right, so benefit number 6, which is boosting testosterone naturally. This is incredible. 150% boost in test after only 7 days. That's incredible. So in this Chinese study, the testosterone actually shot up to 150% after 7 days, and then it went down back to normal on day 8. But here's a theory that I have, which I got from somebody else, but I adopted this theory from him, and his YouTube channel is it's Becoming Alpha. I recommend you guys check out his. He has great videos. So after only 7 days, it went up, but then it went back down to normal, right? Well, semen retention is hard to do. And if it goes up to so much after only 7 days, and these guys that were in the study were not being monitored, 24 hours, who's to say that they didn't get to 7 and then release, jerk off without telling anybody? Which is probably what happened, and that's a good theory that I have. But yeah, you definitely boost testosterone over a longer period of time. You go 30, 60, 90, 120 days, longer, Why? Because semen is full of vital nutrients for men's health and testosterone. As I talked about in the last video, it's full of zinc, copper, phosphorus, magnesium, all the things to make a healthy child. And that's also the nutrients needed for healthy testosterone in men. So after every 14 days, your semen actually gets reabsorbed, as I was just talking about, into your body. It gets reabsorbed. After every 14 days, you retain all the greatest nutrients. Go back to create the best skin, the best organs, the best brain, all of that. Also, some signs of semen retention and testosterone boosting is that your voice gets deeper, you get stronger, quicker, and recover quicker from your workouts. So you gain strength at a faster rate, and this is just my personal benefit. I don't know if anyone else has talked about this, but I'm sure they can attest to this as well. Your voice gets deeper, you get stronger quicker, you gain muscle faster, and you hold more muscle. So this is a benefit of semen retention and testosterone boost, which is pretty amazing. All this for just holding in your semen, man. Why would you not do it? Why would you not do it? All right, so we'll get into benefit number 7, which is energy. I like to call it. So, really, when you get even just past 10 days, excuse me, you begin to experience little to no laziness. You're much, much, much more energetic. You have this motivation, this will to get things done. And that's because your body doesn't have to use all that energy to create semen anymore. And now it has that energy, and now you can use that energy for something else. So this second benefit comes from a Tai Chi tradition, where a teacher of that tradition said that when you retain, you begin to develop a radiant energy around you that attracts positivity. And specifically, he said positivity from people. Another one is that your manifestation power becomes extremely potent. Sexual energy turns into ojas, and ojas is responsible for maintaining contentment, luster, strength, and health. And here we have a quote from a man who retained his whole entire life, Swami Vivekananda. Never even a drop of semen came out of this man. The man who has much ojas is the leader of men. It gives a tremendous power of attraction. Yeah. Very true. Very true. Your manifestation power becomes extremely potent. And that's really because you're not using your sexual energy on women anymore. You're bringing that up and bringing it through and using that energy to charge another manifestation of yours, another thing that you want to create. And your manifestations just happen so much faster because there's more energy you're feeding into that manifestation. And the more energy you feed into that idea, the faster it condenses down and can come into your physical reality. So that's a great benefit. Amazing. So we'll go to the last benefit I have for you guys, which is number 8, and that is ESP, also known as extrasensory perception. And these are things like intuition, sensing others' energy, feeling things like this, you know. So you naturally develop a strong intuition. You become better at reading people, picking up on others' vibes. On semen retention, your awareness naturally expands beyond the physical, leading you to things like meditation and universal truth. And this is very true for me. And I really, give credit to semen retention for opening up my everything, opening up my mind and all that to things like meditation. And then I started meditating, and then my life just got so good. It just got, so I really am so grateful to have come across semen retention. It'll really transform your life in so many ways, man. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. You'll know there is much more to life than just the physical world. You really begin to open up your mind to more things once you start retaining for a long period of time. Because when you're not focused on getting women anymore, then naturally your focus will go to something of a higher frequency. Just naturally. And once your focus is up there, you begin to, just attract the right things in the right timing for you on YouTube and in your life and stuff like that. And whatever's meant for you on your journey, semen retention will help you achieve that 100%. So you naturally develop a strong intuition. Most people associate intuition with the third eye, and that's true. But intuition is also a large part in your gut feeling. I know you guys have heard of that. Always trust your gut. And when you're in your gut, you can really, really sense energy in other people's vibrations. And that's how you become better at reading people, because the sexual energy rises through the spine when you retain for a long period of time. And it'll rise up through all of the chakra systems, activating each one. So the semen comes from, I'm not sure whether it comes from the root or the sacral, because I've heard different things from different people. But it comes from one of those, and then it rises up the channel, going to the manipura, the anahata, the throat, the third eye, all the way up to the crown. And when the semen reaches the third eye, that's really, really when it begins to open at a much faster rate, and you naturally develop stronger intuition. It's like a flower. Give a flower the proper environment to grow a plant. Give them the right soil, the right water, the right sunlight, and it'll bloom naturally. The same thing with your third eye.